Okay, so some of you guys have requested a video on scalene massage. So it's going to be a one take, unprepared video. So the scalenes are some muscles that sit on the side of the neck here, and they produce all kinds of symptoms in the chest, in the shoulder, in the back, in the arms, in the hands, and in the fingers. They produce numbness, pain, tingling, anything basically you can expect. And frequently they mirror those symptoms of thoracic outlet syndrome. Um, so the scalenes sit here in the on the side of the neck, and they attach to the side of your vertebrae and to the rib, the top ribs of your torso. So who and why do you get trigger points in the scalenes? So the scalenes are really meant for expanding your chest if you're breathing heavily. So if you're running a sprint, you might want to, or your body would like to use, let's say, an extra 5% lung capacity, and they will pull up your chest case like this, and that's about it. But the problem is that people who breathe with their chest will use these scalene muscles, and they're pretty small, to pull up their chest for every breath, which is like 20,000 times per day. And they are by no means built for that. Like they simply cannot tolerate that. And so if you habitually breathe with your chest, and you lift up this all of this volume and all of this weight with these very tiny muscles, then you almost certainly will develop trigger points in the scalene muscles, and it will show itself as all these symptoms in the chest, back, hands, shoulders, arms, and so on. So this is also why it's so important. And the reason why your the symptoms in your hands, arms, chest, back are almost certainly coming from the scalene muscles is because you watching this, having stress tension overload most likely, or following me, have been a chest breather. So not only does chest breathing impact your traps, your trapezius up here, and your SCMs, they certainly also impact your scalene muscles. So it all comes back to chest breathing. And treating them is actually fairly straightforward. So you basically just have to find spots in this area that hurt when you press it. And you can really do it with any with any grip that you feel comfortable with. These trigger points in the scalenes are usually extremely sensitive and do not require particularly a lot of pressure. They also hurt in a different way than those in the SCM and traps. They feel more like nerve pain. They can feel extremely sharp. If you press one, like one of the symptoms that I had a lot was what I used to describe it as having a pole, like a metal rod or pole through your chest, going out through your back, because I felt the pain so vividly in both the chest and the back. And when you press them, you might feel like as if your arm is like the nerve pain that just goes shooting straight into your arm. Um, so to treat them, the area that is fair game, you can say, is a triangle between my fingers right now. It's behind the SCM, almost a little bit under the SCM, and then all of this area here, all the way up along the side of your neck, just in front of the levator scapula, and then down here. And in my opinion, you shouldn't be too worried about where there are three, four muscles. I say three, four because apparently some people don't have the fourth one. But you shouldn't be too concerned about which one you're hitting. What matters really is, and in order to make it easy, is that you just get up here. If you have symptoms, of course, in your shoulder, in your back, in your arms, in your fingers, hands, you get in here and you look for spots that hurt in this kind of nerve pain sort of way. And you press them with your thumb. You can press them with your thumb like this. This one, of course, can get to some spots. You can also press like this, which is a grip that I sort of I like this one. And you can also press like this. So I'll say there's this one, and then flip the hand and do like this. And you can you can just place your finger up here, but when you start, and you are probably going to find a few spots just by doing that. But when you start when it starts to become difficult for you to find them after a little bit of massage for a few months, um, you want to look for more. And you can go to the edges of the scalenes. So you can see I'm almost poking down here behind my rib, and then I poke inwards towards my torso like this. And you can also almost go in behind under the SCM. Of course, this would require your SCM to have loosened up somewhat. And then you can follow up behind the SCM like this. And you can also go almost under the your trap. Um, I would be a little bit don't press again. It's the same massage instructions. Don't go further than hurting good. Like, it needs to be a pain that you can stay with. You shouldn't torture yourself. And I would say that SCM scalene trigger points, they flare up fairly quickly. If you press fairly hard on some of these, you can really numb your hand and arm for at least a few days, probably even longer. Um, there's also a somewhat a bit more sensitive. Also, you should only use your hands. You should never use the back knobber or any tool. It's just really not necessary, and it's way overkill. Um, so the good thing about the scalene muscles is that you can use your hand, and as with the SCM, my advice is that you basically massage it whenever your hands are free. Be aware though of not getting too ambitious. When you watch this video, you might say, "Oh, I need to start a scalene massage right away." But if you're packing your if you're too ambitious, it might just you might lose track. So as long as you're working on your head symptoms, stay with the SEM and the top traps. Eventually, when you've made good progress on that front, you might want to switch your focus to the scalene muscles and take care of your symptoms, hand symptoms. It might also be actually that you have such weak hands that you're prevented from performing the SCM massage. And in this case, you might want to start with the scalene massage. The good thing about scalene massage is that it doesn't really require a lot of pressure, because they are usually very sensitive. So the SCM massage could require quite a bit of pressure or like strength, whereas here you almost with like a limp hand can just rest your thumb here and press. I mean, you could even, if your hand is really debilitated, you could even use your knuckles like this. And of course, you can use a tool, but you have to be extremely careful, very delicate about doing this. So what have I not mentioned? Yeah, I think, yeah. So you can do the massage frequently, like throughout the day. 6, 8 times is a good idea. And I would also encourage you to Google scalene trigger points, and you'll see lots of pictures that show this referred pain pattern. And again, the book that I was very inspired by was the Trigger Point Therapy Workbook by Claire Davies, which also has a chapter on the scalene muscles. And as I always say when I mention this book, I like everything he says except his massage instruction, because his massage instructions is always to milk like this, and there are instructions about how you should place your finger here and pull it this way and so forth. In my opinion, it's way too difficult. It's too complicated. It's too ambitious to use these milking strokes, and you're supposed to do it in the direction of the muscle fibers. I went I it made things too complicated for me. And if you do a little bit of research, you'll see that this static pressure is at least from a scientific point of view, and those studies that have been made, just as effective. So my advice is that if you like me find it difficult to do the milking, just do the static pressure. It works just as well. And when you found a trigger point, you don't want to let it go. So I think that was pretty much everything I had to say. Chest breathing, huge contributor. All kinds of symptoms in your chest, back, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, numbness, lack of strength. Um, Pain. Yeah, I think that's about what I can say. So, if you have these symptoms, of course you can have, of course these symptoms can come from other places as well. But again, you are most likely a chest breather, which is why it's almost certainly you should definitely search out this area first. Um, yeah, let me know if you feel like I've forgotten anything, and I'll expand this video and repost it.